first things first, let's talk about some type of machine trainer, whether it's an elliptical or a treadmill or a stair stepper or a bike. If you're doing a home gym, you probably can't afford all four of those things, and they probably don't fit, and you know, whatever. If you go to the gym, you can pretty much choose whichever one you want. Personally, I recommend the ellipticals. I'm going to talk to you about what I use it for, and that'll help explain why I think the elliptical is the right one. I'm not going to train on this device here for distance and for endurance. This device is for warm-up. So I don't want to go, if you ever use a treadmill, it has an exactly constant pace. Well, guess what? I don't run at a constant pace. My pace ebbs and flows a little bit. And half the time I'm getting thrown off the back end, or I'm hanging on for dear life, and my shins hurt and my calves hurt, and I can't stand the regimentation of a typical treadmill. So no way in hell I'm going to use the treadmill. Stair steppers, don't like them. It's just personal opinion. And bikes, probably if I get another device, it will be a decent bike. But finding one that has the right pedaling motion, and they all tend to be very rigid and stiff, not, you know, unlike a bike. And so what you come around to is that the thing for me about the elliptical is it's the most comfortable, most natural, self-adjusting thing. If I speed up a little, it speeds up. If I slow down, it slows down. This particular model, when it's level, it feels like an elliptical. And when you increase the incline to a maximum, it feels more like a stair stepper, but it isn't a stair stepper. So, bottom line is, what do I use this for? Why am I talking about this aerobic activity in a strength training segment? Because whether it's strength training or running or going out for a bike, warming up is very important. You know, this is the easiest way. It's no impact. It gets your legs moving. It gets your knees sort of loosened up a little bit and getting them functioning right. It gets you through that calf burn, that first mile, half mile that you're running and your calves are on fire. It dramatically helps you with your legs getting started. I use 10 or 15 minutes as my warm-up, nothing more. And so the point of this machine is that it is a warm-up machine. It gets your cardio going, it brings your cardio up on a smooth, steady pace until you get to a good rhythm. And right about the time you get to the end of your 10 or 15 minutes, your body is nice and warmed up, ready to go for whatever follows next. So that's what I use it for. 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes. That's the maximum. And then I take a short break, hydrate, and move into whatever I'm going to do next. All right, before moving on to the strength training, weight section, let's finish up with the elliptical. Is it necessary? No. I didn't use any kind of machines. I didn't do any real warm-ups in my first two attempts. My first attempt at Ironman was the weather was horrible, it was an utter failure. The Maryland was successful, whopping, minute and 45 seconds to spare. I didn't use any kind of elliptical, treadmill, indoor bike, or anything like that. As I've been preparing for this year, I will say that I've come to really love this machine because when I go out for a run, or a bike ride, or to come lift weights, I am warmed up, I'm ready to go, and it just makes things less painful. And one of the big things about being a triathlete is dealing with pain and managing pain, and this thing kind of helps you. For those of you who are interested, I'll put the prices of all this stuff at the end. I got this thing on sale at Dick's. It was $900. They have another version of it, a little bigger than this, almost twice as expensive. I couldn't see the advantage. The key with the elliptical or the treadmill, whatever, is to find the device that you are physically most comfortable with so that you will actually use it. And be sure to use it every day before everything that you start. 10 minutes, warm up, and then go to it. So now we're going to transition over to the weight section and we'll talk about strength. Okay, strength training, I'm going to start with the lower body. I'm not going to demo all these things. I'm going to walk through with you the things that I did approximately and that I found to be beneficial. I had 5 or 6 leg exercises. First one is this machine here. I found it on eBay. It was, I think, about $250, not counting weights. It was $250, and it's a horizontal leg extension and leg curl. They do make an upright version of this, and it's a little more compact. If you have a smaller home gym, you might look at one of the upright ones. Bottom line is leg extension, leg curls. The next 3 exercises that I do on the lower body are going to be deadlifts. So I'll take my bar down, do my deadlifts, squats, and old-fashioned calf raises. I'll take a 2x4 or a weight and just do the old calf raise kind of thing. So got a leg curl, leg extension, squats, deadlift, calf extension. And if there's one last machine that I want to get for my home gym, it's a leg press or hack squat machine. When I put all those together, I pretty much do all of the lower body activities that I care to do and that I did do when I did my successful Ironman. So nothing exotic, leg extension, leg curls, calf raises, squats, deadlifts, and maybe a leg press machine. So once I'm done with my leg exercises, I'm going to move my bench in. This particular model is a Fitness Gear Pro series. It has wheels on the end, so I can very easily lift it up and roll it out of the way. It's very manageable. It is adjustable both on the seat and the back portion. You can put it flat, or you can make it into a chair like it is in this configuration. The rack is, this was, I think, $160 or so. The rack is a Fitness Reality rack with the pull-down assembly. With this, I can do most everything that I want to do on the upper body. So I'll start with a flat bench press, then I'll do my incline bench press. I'll take my small weight bar and do military press on the machine here, or on the bench, using my bars. And then I'll move into some of the other features. We'll start with the pull-downs in front to the chest, pull-downs behind the neck. Using the Y handle, we'll do tricep extensions. Using this rope assembly here, I'll sit on my bench and do stomach crunches. I hate sit-ups. It's not as good as a sit-up, but it's better than nothing. And then lastly, at the bottom, you have your rows. I do my seated rows. I have my bench flat, and get there and do the seated rows. So I can do a significant number of activities with the elliptical serving as a warm-up, with the leg extension, leg curl machine, with what I'm going to add is the leg press machine, and then everything else is pretty much here. Deadlift, squats, bench, bench press, military press, and then pull downs front and back, the rope crunches, and the seated rows. And last but not least, calf raises. So when you put all those together, I can then do any other small things, like we have dumbbells, so I can do some bicep curls and things like that, normal kinds of stuff. But those are more or less free, I can do them anywhere, right? So starting off, if you are trying to build a home gym of your own, those are probably the first 3 things to look at. We started with the rack, and that was probably the most important to getting the actual physical strength training going. We added the elliptical to get the warm-ups going, to get the the aerobic piece started. We added the leg extension, and then probably down the road I'll add a leg press. There's a good leg press out there that I'm looking at that's about $750. I'll put those on, I'm not here to sell you any particular brand. The point is, if you're trying to set up a home gym, you don't need a whole lot, but it isn't cheap either. And so all of these things here, you could do at your local gymnasium. For me, the YMCA is 30 minutes away. So it's 30 minutes there, minimum, 30 minutes back, minimum, plus my workout. I can literally I do most of my workouts in about an hour. So the time that I spent driving to and from here at the house, I'm done. So it costs a little bit of money. You don't have to do it. You can do it at the gym. The point is that you need to do it. You don't need to be massive. I'm not here to do huge weights and, Hulk out here. That's not what this is about. This is about getting a good, solid strength throughout your body. People are going to talk about core training. I get it. It's your gut and all that sort of stuff. If you do the exercises that I've done, your core will be stronger. It won't be as strong as if you dedicate effort to the core, like sit-ups and planks and those things. I do some of that, but generalized physical strength using this spectrum of exercises did well for me. When I was doing the race in Maryland, the first time I tried it was in Florida at Panama City Beach, and I'll be honest, I physically collapsed. My chest, my upper body, it felt like I was, crumbling in on myself by the end. It was a disaster. These are the exercises I did the second go around, and I can honestly say that in the whole race in Maryland, physically, I felt strong. I knew that at times that I was low on energy. I knew my legs hurt. I knew my feet hurt. But I never felt that physical, that collapsing feeling that you will feel at some point in your training. I don't care, even if you do strength training, you'll feel it somewhere along the line. And you'll know exactly what I'm talking about when it happens. So, whether it's a gym at home, or whether it's a gym at the YMCA, or the local, Planet World Gym or Gold Gym or Planet Gym, whatever it is, make sure you do strength training.